James is a bright red tender engine. When rolling stock provokes him, he can be very rude and make quick snaps about anything. Other than that, he is a nice engine who is willing to help, unless it could potentially harm his paint. Later at the sheds, James was telling everybody about his new paint job. Did anyone notice my new paint job? Anybody? No, I didn't, but now that you mention it, it looks very nice. I agree with Gordon. It has a certain spark in it. You can practically see that paint 10 miles away. Yeah, Thomas, said Neil. That paint is so bright, it's blinding my eyes. Of course, none of you noticed. You're all too dull to tell. Good night. And with that, James backed into his berth and fell asleep. I wonder why he said good night. It's not even close to sleeping time yet. Oh yeah, well if that's the way you feel, I'll just leave. The next day, Sir Topham Hatt was waiting at the station when James arrived. James, sadly, Henry has come down with some sort of sickness. He was supposed to pull an important train today, but it seems he can't. Will you pull the train for him? Will I? That's a silly question. Of course, anything to show off my beautiful paint. Oh wait, it's not the Flying Kipper, is it? No, James, it is not the Flying Kipper. But don't get too cocky now. This is a privilege you are lucky to have me give to you. Yes, sir. Sorry. Go fetch that coach. You should never leave the passengers waiting. Hello, coaches. Oh great, it's you, James. Why are you always so negative? What did I do to you that you don't like? We're negative? I don't think so. Let's just get going. I don't want the passengers to wait. And James coupled up to the coaches and went off. James was traveling fine, ignoring the grumbling of the coaches. That is, however, until he reached Elsbridge with Edward. Hi, James, said Edward. These coaches are so annoying. I wish the island had different ones than the non-whining ones. Wow, not even a hello. How rude. Oh, I'm sorry, Edward. It's just that these coaches must get to the major station quickly so the passengers don't wait a long time. Well, you better get going. I am. Goodbye. Good luck, yelled Edward in the distance as James traveled past. It wasn't until then the coaches started to act up. Let's play James with games, suggested Coach 1. How about when we get to the mountain, we pull back, suggested the two other coaches. I'm not deaf, you know, said James. I can clearly hear what you're saying. Oh, well then let's speak softer. I can still hear you, said James. After James popped up out of the tunnel, the coaches started to act up even more. Hee 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 hee. The coaches started to laugh. I'm gonna make it up this bridge if it's the last thing I do, said James. James's extraordinarily hard work finally paid off. He made it to the top. Yes, I did it, James congratulated himself. Hopefully the rest of the trip won't be too hard. Unfortunately for James, his wish did not come true. Oh no, now what? Cody had spilled his train right on the side of the track. Ugh, now I have to wait more. Cody, these passengers aren't going to be very happy. I couldn't help it. The turn was too sharp for me to curve around safely. Well, I hope someone's getting the breakdown train to clean up this mess. I have to be to the station in 10 minutes. Oh, you might not make it, James, but hopefully you do. James got out of the way so the breakdown train could come. Neil brought the breakdown train as fast as he could. When the mess was all cleaned up, Goldie thanked Neil, and he was on his way. James could finally get on his way to the station. The special passengers were waiting when James arrived. They both boarded the train, and James went along his way. Whew, glad that's over.